in light of KeKe Wyatt making certain statements about the black community and insults towards gay people, I think it's time for me to chime in. What's up, y'all? So I just want to address things as they come. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. If you don't know me, I am an entrepreneur. I'm a mother of a 3, almost 4-year-old, and I am from Washington, D.C. While I speak on this, I will be dropping some knowledge for everyone that is unaware or uneducated, just like KeKe Wyatt, you know, because it's a lot of people out here that's very confused and they not letting it be known. Now, one thing that I want to say when it comes to KeKe Wyatt is not anything about her talent. We're talking about her character. I hate when people say, oh, this person is a good performer, but they have a shitty personality. Well, maybe they're a shitty person, you know? So, let's talk about her character, right? And one thing that I am ecstatic about is that she exposed herself. Everybody that has this same mindset must expose themselves, and they will expose themselves in time if they haven't already. That is how systematic racism and the stereotypical ideas of black people and what we endured, that's why we have to do it. That's exactly why it has to happen. A lot of people are walking around thinking, having certain opinions on our ancestors and making it a comparison to other races and what they went through. It's not the same. I will be talking about the Black Lives Matter organization in this video as well, or just the idea. You know, what is Black Lives Matter? Because a lot of people are confused on that too. After everything that has happened in the last couple years, you would think that there would be no misconceptions. You would think that everything is cut, clear, dry. Everything is as clear as glass. That's what you would think. But there are more and more misconceptions as we go. Now, KeKe Wyatt, she was on the Bigo app. It's a new app where a lot of arguments go down. If you are wondering, I will not be making one. I just don't see the point. If I want to go live anywhere, it'll be YouTube or Instagram, and I don't even go live on Instagram, you know. So this Bigo app, so you can go live, and then there are panels where you can talk about just about anything, you know. So on this panel, there was Milan Christopher. He is from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I will have his picture up on the screen. There was quite a few gay men in this panel, and behold, there is KeKe Wyatt. Now, my thing is, I don't know why people talk to strangers and then expect nothing to go wrong. KeKe Wyatt, maybe you do know Milan, or you know him from Instagram, but you don't know none of them. So you just did that to yourself. On this panel, I believe they were having a discussion about chicken, about Popeyes, KFC, churches, the list goes on and on. But the rudeness and the arrogance of KeKe Wyatt was very apparent from the minute that she started. She had a very lengthy back and forth argument with a dude named Shakie, and he's like a Bigo king, if you will. You know, he's always on there. I guess you can make money on there, but I don't care. I mean, my thing is, It's just stupid. You know what I mean? All of that shit pops up on the screen. I'm not dealing with that, you know? But anyways, so this lengthy argument about chicken, in between there are insults that are thrown by KeKe Wyatt, you know, of Shakie's weight. He is a chunky fella. Of him in general being a chubby monkey. And she kept calling them like sugar, what'd she say? Something sweet sugar, I think that's what she was saying. I don't know. But basically, what I got from what she was saying and her tone, it was very demeaning. It's no way to take that good, you know? If you're trying to have a conversation with somebody and they just keep throwing out little insults. And as you know, the gays don't come to play, okay? They do not come to play when it comes to reads. If you're trying to be shady, they're going to top you. Like, it's really no point, you know? It's really no point to go back and forth. You will lose. Like, I know that. I don't know why she didn't know that, but I know that. Well, in a separate conversation within the same panel, Milan and KeKe Wyatt get into it over the topic of what black people deserve, what they have been through, and breaking down all of the stereotypes that come with us that's not true, you know? Well, of course, KeKe Wyatt being naturally defensive, because that's what I get from her. I get that she is a very naturally defensive person. It don't matter if we talking about the sky being blue. You are going to say it's green because you don't like that I said it was blue. Naturally defensive. Of course, her being naturally defensive, she went against what Milan said. Now, I actually heard Milan out, and Milan said nothing wrong and everything right about the black community. Everything that had to be said, and you go against that for what? Because you're biracial? Do you want to defend white people and the actions of their ancestors based on you being biracial? Why does you being biracial have something to do with us as a community? Why is that important to us? We try our damnedest because it's so many people that separate us. I see light skin, caramel, dark skin as black. Why in the fuck do you want to be so different? But you want to throw out the N-word any chance you get when you mad. You going back and forth. Who do you want to be? Who are you? Are you biracial or are you black? Because my thing is this. Let's take it back to not even 100 years ago. If you had 1%, 2%, 3% black, you are black. My mother told me stories of the names that they would call her because she is light skinned. She's black. We as a community go through so much shit, and then you gotta push that aside and you want to talk about the shit that you went through. All of us are going through the same shit. We are all being called names. They might be different names, but we all black. It all means the same. It all means that we dirty. It all means that we're different. It all means that we're less than human. But we're doing it to ourselves. Why does being biracial have to top anything? And you gotta go against what needs to be said for the black community. You being biracial, that's cool. Ain't nobody judging you off of that no more. I wasn't. But you start to see that we all are different. And it has nothing to do with skin tone for a lot of people as far as how you view things. It's your genetics. It's what makes you you. The white and black is fighting inside you. You don't know what you want to say. And it's the wrong thing. She said, after Milan said, black people have been oppressed for years upon years, hundreds and hundreds of years. She said, do you think any other race has not been oppressed? Honey, we're not trying to have everybody have sympathy for just us. Social studies. Let me tell you my perspective. Social studies from elementary to middle school, they were only talking about the Holocaust. For years in our programs, for years in our field trips, we would go to the Holocaust Museum. During that whole time, for me, I did forget how much our people have been oppressed because they shoved the Holocaust in our faces. They wanted us to have so much sympathy, and I do. I have a lot of sympathy for what they went through. I'm not saying none of that shit was right, but it's not a competition at all. We're not saying, oh, forget them. That was nothing. We're not saying that because nobody should be treated like that. Nobody in this world. It don't matter if you yellow. It don't matter if you green. It don't matter if you brown. It don't matter if you're porcelain. Doesn't matter. I do sympathize with them. But you do start to forget because it just keeps coming up every year in all of the curriculum. It just keeps coming up. And we're not talking about and going into depth about what our ancestors have been through. A lot of people don't even want to go there because it is so sensitive, and it has been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years. Do you know how it must have felt for Jewish people to be rescued, for all of those German soldiers to be executed? That shit probably felt good. On top of getting reprimanded down the line. Jewish people got reprimanded. Indians got reprimanded. They saying Mexicans got reprimanded too. Where's our reparations? Where is it? This is not a competition. It's not a race. But our shit is ongoing. It feels like it's long lasting. And it feels like it's long lasting because of people like KeKe Wyatt. Her mindset, and it makes me so angry because she chose to have 8 or 10, a whole football team of children. Please, people, be mindful. If you are not in the right mindset or mind frame at the time where you are having sex, do your best not to procreate. Because I will pray hours and hours for those children, that they don't grow up having the same mindset. And honestly, she did do an apology. You know, whatever. Because it wasn't no apology to Shakie, to Milan, to black people, to gay people. It wasn't none of that. She came back on Bigo and started crying. And her daughter's right there. I don't know how old her daughter was. But your daughter saw all of this unfold from start to finish. And then you get to crying on Bigo because it didn't go your way. It don't work like that. And she had more sense than you. That's how it usually works. The offspring has more sense than the actual procreators. So I pray that all of them grow up with a healthy, positive, non-biased mindset. It don't matter if my mother was white or my father black or my father is white and my mother is black. That doesn't negate from how I feel about what needs to be said for the black community. Black Lives Matter is not a competition. It's not a cult. It might be for some people. Some people want to make it that, but it's not that. If you have an ignorant outlook on life, it's going to be negative. You're going to think it's a cult. You're going to think, and why? Why are you going to think it's a cult? Because a lot of people are following it. This is not the same. We are leaders, just like y'all say, white people are leaders. We're not going to do the same things. We're not going to brainwash people into believing that black people are the only people that are supreme. That's not what Black Lives Matter is about. Smarten up. There are children watching, and these grown folks look like fools. They are portraying themselves to be fools in this world, talking about real things. All of these certain misconceptions have to end, because it's times like these where you just be like, oh my God, like she has so many years on me, you know, as far as like years, like decades on me, and she has no sense. And these are the type of people that have children and that have no problem with their opinion. She cried on there because she felt like she was misconceived. She felt like she was misunderstood. No, we understood you very clearly, actually. We understood you even clearer than you understood yourself. You cannot make excuses. Talking about, yeah, I was mad, so I said this, I said that. Are you 17? I'm confused. Take accountability. Those are slurs. They're derogatory slurs. It's more than shade. You can't view our people like this, but you want their support to take care of all your kids. You have a football team. How you gonna take care of them after you cancel? Y'all gotta think about that. Be careful. You got kids to take care of. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. I'd rather you said something very generic or just nodded and move forward. Why you gotta really speak on it and it's just so ignorant? And you from the South. Don't get me started. Come on. But hopefully she learns her lesson and she gets educated. You can't let that type of stuff slide. It's not cool. It will not be tolerated at all. It's your girl B Octavia. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see y'all in the next video.